Hello and welcome once again to Hobart's demonstration kitchen, streaming live from our Peterborough head office. My name is John Stewart. I'm the product manager for cooking and food preparation here at Hobart.
And I'm Greg Crump, the development chef.
Today we're going to take a deeper dive into the Hobart equipment and look at the benefits for the Bistro quick service restaurant marketplace. We'll look at the speed of the high-speed steamer, then the multi-use of the pressy pan for faceted menus, loads of different cooking styles, allowing for varied menus in one marketplace. We'll be looking further into the menu planning in the PressyJet Plus, and then utilising the mini-jet in a fast-paced environment by putting multiple products through. More importantly, enough of me, over to Greg. What will we be doing today?
Thanks, John. Yeah, you've picked up on quite a few of the items that we're going to look at today. So we're going to be using all the equipment, as much versatility as we can. We've got some Asian-style deep-fried squid in there, some chips, some steak dishes using the multi-zone on the pressy pan, and like you picked up on as well, we've got some bread and butter pudding, some shallot tan to use in the actual combi using the multi-product.
Sounds exciting. Let's start cooking.
Fantastic. One of the first things that we want to show is the salmon dish that we have. So we're going to cook just a nice fillet of salmon in the mini jet. So one of the beauties of this is that we can show that there's going to be no contrasting flavours, so we can actually use a panache of vegetables and a salmon fillet all at the same time. So all I'm going to do with them, John, is just place them straight into the combi. We just put the salmon on top, slide the veg in as well. And as you can see with the mini jet, this will take a 1x1 gas stroke, so you could have numerous portions of this on at one time. All I'm going to do then is select the time. This just takes as little as 7 minutes to start on here. Stop, and then start the product again. Now, what you can see there as well is when I've opened this, I've got some condensation which has actually come up on the screen, and I'm wearing gloves as well. I'm still able to fully operate that screen.
So it's touch sensitive, you don't have to wipe the screen.
No.
So it works well in a busy environment in a kitchen.
Exactly. In that busy environment, it's still completely operational all the time. Okay, so next we're moving over to the PressyJet Plus. And as you can see from the screen straight away, you know, it's nice and clear and easy to use. What I'm going to do here is just stop the process quickly. We've just got that warmed at 190 degrees. Go on to auto. And we're going to actually look at doing the multi-product here, okay? So from the multi-product, what I do is just click onto my multi-product function, and that allows me to put in items of food in the required shelf that I want as well. So I've got here a shallot tartane and a bread and butter pudding as well, and we're going to put a lamb kebab in at the same time. So all I need to do to operate this basically is get the lamb out straight away.
So it'll associate products that can be cooked at similar temperatures together.
Yes,
to make
exactly.
it easy for the chef.
Exactly. So the lamb's going to go straight onto the griddle that we've got in straight away. And I'm going to select the bottom shelf because that's the lowest point that we're at. Once I've done that, it gives me the option. So all I need to do is press into lamb kebab. Next, we're going to go to the middle shelf. I'm going to select what option I want. Let's put the shallot tartane in there. So that can now go in. And then all we're going to do is go one shelf higher for the bread and butter pudding. So we put the bread and butter pudding. And again, like we just repeat the process, add the multi-product in, and then press on the bread and butter pudding. Now, all we need to do then is authorise each of these. The timers start, and these, as you can see, have a loading bar. So what they would do is they will load across and individually beep after every item is finished the process of the cook.
So where you are in the kitchen, you can see as it's going across where it is in the cooking stage.
Exactly,
as well. So
yes.
Easy and visual for the chef.
Yes, and you know, as we showed as well, all leveled up, so we've got the top, middle and the bottom there as well. Okay, so moving on, just looking at our equipment here, we've got an induction unit, and as you saw me pull out from the lamb kebab as well, I've also got a fridge block, so this will hold a 1x165 in there, nice refrigerated unit, and another 3 1x165s underneath, so I'm not having to run over to the fridge all the time. I'll just keep everything in arm's length. Moving over, we go to the pressy pan. So what we spoke about the pressy pan, we're going to try the multi-zoning effect here as well. So on the left-hand tank, I've got 7 litres of oil on there. And we're going to finish off frying some chips, which are just blanched off slightly. And we're also going to cook some short order items such as squid, just really to show the versatility of what we've got
Being
here.
only 7 litres, and a shallow fryer. What's the benefits of that?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. What the reason is for the 7 litres, the heat is distributed really, really evenly, and the recovery time is fantastically quick. So we can drop items in there, take them out, and like on short orders, restaurants, another order comes on straight away. I haven't got to wait for that oil to reheat back
So it
to
keeps
temperature.
that crispiness in the product and really fresh.
Yeah, near enough, you know, so you can do great items like tempura batters and stuff like that, really.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, what we're going to do as well, actually, is we're just going to drop some fish goujons in here. So, what I'm going to do is just drop a couple straight into the fryer there, and they should only take a couple of minutes to get me going there. And then we're going to go on to what we class as the multi-product. So I'm going to go on to the right hand side. So now I know this is completely operational, and we go to multi-zone. So the multi-zone allows me to change the temperatures in each individual zone. Now there's 3 zones, so there's 3 rows of 2 pads underneath which heat up. And the shape of the vessel there shows me exactly what we've got. So all I need to do is highlight the first, and I'm going to go up to 210 degrees on there, John, and the reason for that is to give the steak a nice sear. Next, on the middle, we're going to go to around about 170. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to cook my tomatoes a little more just gently, not as harsh, so they cook nicely without bursting open. Moving over to the bottom zone, I'm going to literally just leave this around about 80 degrees. So I'm just going to select that now so it's all up and running. Now the reason, the reason I've left that 80 degrees, once the products are cooked, I can then push that to the front of the pressy pan and just let them rest. So I'm not having to put them on a chopping board where it's going to drip, rest the blood all over it. You know, it's all in there. Now, another thing that you could do, for instance, when the meat's rested, we could create a sauce from that or something. So it gives you all those options at one time.
So use it as a griddle, use it as a pan, a lot of different functionality within that one zone by having the 3 different zones on there.
Yes, yeah.
Cook on a high heat, you can rest at the front, you could incorporate.
Yeah, you can incorporate it all. As you can see here as well, you've got the grooves in here at the top. So what you could also do here is add a 1x1 perforated gastro. That sits beautifully in there. We could have an inch of water at the bottom, or we could have a beef stew in there, for instance, just ticking over. Put the lids onto the pressy pan, and you could cook your dumplings or your veg in there as well. So you're getting all that kind of flavour. It's all utilised within the same pan. Okay, so my fish fingers are done now already. So all I'm going to do with this is plate these up on this nice little kind of bistro-y kind of style board. Get my tongs. And as you can see with those, they took next to no time. These are really crisp, beautiful.
It's become a classic again, hasn't it?
Yeah, you can't beat a good fish finger sandwich. So they just sit on there.
I saw you out prepping the gherkins this morning, so good homemade tartar.
Yeah, good homemade tartar. Sat on top, and then put that over there. And or you can just finish that as well with just a few little bits of pickled radish, a nice lime wedge there. And that's, you know, a nice classic short lunchtime snack that's done in next to no time in there. So
looks good, chef.
Yeah, fantastic. All I do is put that there. So at the moment I'm looking over now, and I'm just going to go and recheck over what we're actually doing. As you can see, the bread and butter pudding is starting to rise. The tartatan's got a beautiful glaze along the top. And just also there as well, our steak's all up and running.
But you can see even from behind here, and I'm sure they can see on the screen, you've got a good visual of where all the products are in the cooking stage as well.
Yeah, exactly. The bar's there now. So the bars are crawling across. Alarm's gone straight away, so that's my salmon ready. So the next item that we're going to plate is the salmon. I'll just put a bowl up for that. This is great to see as well, John, when I actually remove this, the colour of the salmon.
Yep.
You know, you're keeping all the proteins in the meat, and exactly at the same time, the veg is cooked absolutely perfect. So I'll just bring these over here. I'm just going to put a couple of pieces of nice broccoli on there. Some of these beautiful battened carrots and some cauliflower. So super healthy dish, steamed to perfection. You know, keeping all the goodness in the vegetables at the same time.
So one portion, multi-portion.
Yeah, that's it. We could do all in one as many portions as we want or as little in there really. So we could, like I said about the gastros, it takes a full gastronom, so we could actually turn that on there and have these laid all portioned up on a full gastro and do exactly the same dish. So, you know, that's really nice healthy dish.
So you could have the mini jet in a stack as well, so you could put two together. So one could be doing sort of like the high heat a la carte items, one could be on steam prepping some of the healthier dishes.
Yes.
So you can combine the two.
So yeah, you've got the best of both worlds there, you know, and you can even use them in unison as well, so there's no reason why we can't steam a nice piece of meat off and then just roast it afterwards, so you're getting the goodness from that. So all we're going to do here is I've got a nice dill creme fraiche, because we don't want it too healthy, so we'll just put a nice lozenge of that to finish it off. So that's all finished. Some nice herbs, and as you can see, you know, it's a real fresh, vibrant dish, and
looks good to me.
Everything's there, all set out. So I'm just going to put that onto there. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is, John, could I ask you to turn the mini jet onto convection for us and raise heat? Because what we're going to look at doing in there is we're going to look at cooking the sourdough pizza that we've got ready, and we're also going to look at cooking the finishing the ribs off in there. So one of the things I forgot to say, actually, to be honest with you, we've had some ribs in the high-speed steamer, and they're being on for 20 minutes. They're a half rack of rib. So one of the reasons I'm showing this is show the versatility of the high-speed steamer. The high-speed steamer doesn't just need to be used for vegetables. We can cook anything in there, from pasta, rices. We've also got some couscous we're going to cook in there later, and meat products as well. Benefits from cooking with the meat products is that I'm going to maintain the yield of these ribs. And really, if I cook these in an oven, we're looking at around about 3 hours. In here, we're looking at 20 minutes or 18 minutes from Briley, what I did. All we're going to do then is place them onto a tray, glaze them with beautiful barbecue sauce. This is just going through the depressurization now. Okay, so once that does, we'll glaze them. I'm going to pass them to you, John. The mini jet should be all ready then, and we can cook those with
it's coming up. Pizza. You can see, if they can see the screen there, it's coming up a degree a second already.
So all I do now is just take those out. You see,
so you could do multiples of these in the morning and have them ready. So rather than backing up the oven, you could do trays and trays of the ribs ready for service.
Oh, indeed, yeah.
And then just finish them off in the mini jet.
Yeah, all that mise en place is done in a short time. And as you can see as well, what I've done is I've actually dry rubbed these before. So that marinade isn't going to wash off there. It's actually going to penetrate into the meat and intensify the flavour. So what I was going to do, John, could I just ask you for your the trays over here, isn't it? Got the nice, got a tray ready to go here. And all I'm going to do is just brush some of this barbecue sauce over the top. And then just pass that to John and ask him to put it in the mini jet for me, if that's...
Of course.
Thank you very much, John. So
I'll just put those in.
We've got an item of food there that's taken normally around about 3.5 hours to be fully completed, and we're getting it all done within about 25 minutes. So really, really time saving. Just have a quick wipe down and remove this.
Sorry, Chef, I'll be a better commie next time.
No worries, no worries. So, perfect timing there. We've got 2 items are ready straight away. So it's telling me the bread and butter pudding's done and our kebab's done as well. So what we're going to look at doing is just put the couscous in quickly into the high-speed steamer. So all I've done with the couscous at the moment is placed in a dry mix with some herbs and spices in. I'll give that for the camera to have a look at. And then literally just put the same quantity of stock of water in there as well. And just give that a quick shake. And then I'm just going to put that in for as little as 30 seconds in here. And again, we can do this in a full gastro for good sized portions. So the steak's ready to go on now as well. So all I'm going to do is just get this onto there. And we're going to add the steak into the pan. This is all levelled up beautifully now. So, as you can see, I've got my mushrooms and my tomatoes in the middle and the steak at the back. just gives you some of this nice mould and salt to season it all. So up and running at the moment. The multi-product's now all finished, so it's time to plate at some of the multi-products from the combi oven. And what we've got as well is the steaks cooking nicely. We're going to have a nice rare steak there with just a nice garnish as well, typical garnish. And we've got the couscous, which is done in 15 seconds. So, with no further delay, just going to open this up. We can take the bread and butter out. So as you can see, it's nice souffled up, even cook. And we just finished out with a nice scoop of mascarpone and some cookie crumb on there as well. And then you've got a finished dessert for a nice bistro dish as well.
You can see why it gets popular down here.
Yeah, this is why when I finish this, we get every member of staff turn up there as possible. So let me move that along. So that's the combi's now telling me that the couscous is all done. Sorry, the high-speed steamer. I'm just going to open that. And my other two dishes are ready now as well, John, yeah?
Yep.
So, we're going to take the shallot tatin out. Again, another dish which is fantastic for a starter in a restaurant. And again, once you can see, we've got a lovely caramelisation on there. And it's even, very even. So all I'm going to do, without burning my fingers too badly, is just turn that over. This should come out just nice with some of the tartar tan
caramelisation there.
Yep, excellent. So it looks really good. And then all we do is just dress this with some nice rocket.
Excuse me, chef.
And some pickled vegetables. And there you've got a really, really nice starter ready to go. So next we're going to look at
finishing the lamb.
So the couscous has come out. This is worth taking a look at how evenly it's cooked. I'm just going to move these dishes all along the bed a little bit. So what I've also got with this, John, is I've got a little selection of just vegetables and a bit of olive oil that I've done. So just mix that into the bowl.
Just to freshen it up.
Yeah, exactly. Give it that nice vibrancy. I mean, you could cook this with it in there as well, but I just prefer it more like a salad item for this. Oh, you see, that's beautifully cooked and ready to go. And that's just equal quantities of the couscous and water as well. So all I need for that is a nice bowl. A serving spoon.
Pizza and the ribs are looking good, chef.
Excellent. So they won't be too long either. But as you can see straight away, the amount of food that we've got here ready in a short space of time, and using the different items of equipment and the different processes on each piece of equipment.
And you're not having to run, you're not having to hurry.
Exactly, which is perfect for me, John.
For us both.
So next is to get the lamb out. We've got a lovely caramelised, marinated, harissa marinated lamb there. Kebab with a couscous salad, and also just finish that off with a nice tzatziki dressing to give it that kind of authentic finish to it. And as you can see, there you go. So it's a harissa spiced lamb with a nice couscous salad.
So what would happen if you got a check on now for, say, 2 fish, chef?
So if we looked at something like going into the high-speed steamer, John, what we could look at is first just give this a quick flick so we don't end up ruining those. Perfect. Steak looks fantastic. So you say about fish, doing a nice quick fish order. If we look in here, we've got these 2 Asian-style barquettes that are set up. So with these are just nice marinated pieces of salmon. You've got the vermicelli noodle in there, some fresh vegetables. Again, really, really healthy, vibrant, and done in next to no time as well. So a quick, nice lunch dish. I can put these into the high-speed steamer, put up for another 5 seconds, 35 seconds, and they'll both be ready.
So fantastic. So you're looking at not only sort of quick service restaurants, but health clubs, somewhere like that, somewhere where they're looking for that quick, healthy snack on the go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just purely healthy and quick. And again, you can prep all these up ready, so they're just in and out all the time. So what we want to look at now is look at doing some squid.
Yep. You've got to balance the healthy
with the unhealthy.
Yeah.
But again, it's just to show how quickly we can actually turn dishes out constantly. Put that on there. So I've got some dusted squid just in a bit of corn flour and salt and pepper with some fire spice on it as well. So a lovely classic kind of
bar snack menu.
Yeah, bar snack, bistro, light bites, gastro pub all rolled into one there. So that's frying away nicely. The barquettes have just come under pressure now. Okay.
Your ribs and your pizza are done, chef.
Excellent. So it's all coming together really, really well. I'm going to get my plate ready just for my squid there. The steak's pretty much there now as well, John. So I'll push that down to the front. Like I said, just about the resting.
Yep.
And the tomatoes. And the mushrooms are there. All really well done. So the barquettes are now finished. Open up.
Where do you like the ribs, chef?
The ribs are just going to go onto a board, but what I'm going to do, if you just leave them there for a minute, John, because I'm actually straight away, as soon as I've done this, I'm going to pop through a little bit of sweet corn to accompany that as well. Again, in the high-speed steamer, just a few pieces of sweet corn, and again, 35 seconds, close the door. I know them ribs are going to stay nice and hot. 35 seconds, you can have piping hot vegetables to go out with it as well.
Because I know sometimes the sweet corn gets set in water baths. It can sit there and it just tastes like mush.
Yeah, and it just doesn't look good at all.
No.
So what we'll do is just plate one of these up on there. So we've got a nice barquette, but as you can see, we're demonstrating two. We can do these constantly. Just going to put a tiny little bit of chilli on there to heat it up.
You can put a bit more on, chef.
A little bit here as well. But like we spoke about, if you're talking about health clubs and stuff like that, this is really vibrant, tasty, all that flavour's been
so
pushed
quick.
in.
They could take it on the go.
Yeah.
Take it in a snack box. All different options for them to use.
You're looking probably 300 calories in there. You know, it's really, really healthy and good. So as you can see,
the plates are they're piling up.
Yep, we're going to just manoeuvre some dishes around, and the next one we'll put on the barquette. Thank you. So, also as well, we're going to look at plating the pizza. So, got a nice board for the pizza to go on. You can just take that off you, John. So the pizza's like nice and souffled up.
Courgette's already done already.
Yes, all done. Nice fresh pizza to go as well. My squid's there, and so's the steak as well. So we're just looking at finishing that off. And like you said,
so the menu's all coming together. You haven't run around and you've got a load of dishes already done on there.
Yeah. So now we're going to look at the next stages. Could I just actually put that over there for a second, please? Thanking you. So next stage is moving these along. You can say, so at the moment we're there. We've got the pizza, we've got the salmon basket, we've got the shallot tatin, we've got the fresh salmon dish, nice and vibrant. We've got the fish finger sandwich, dessert, a beautiful bread and butter pudding with rum-soaked raisins and a cookie mascarpone on top. Shish kebab with couscous salad.
We've got to need a bigger pass, chef.
Yeah, we've got the squid I'm just leaving to drain a little there. And I'm going to drop these chips in as well, these fries in, John. So what I've did with these, again, I utilised the high-speed steamer. I just blanched them off for 2 minutes, and then we're just finishing them off with a nice quick fry in there as well. Okay. So let's plate this. The
ribs.
Ribs, which is my plate is under here.
There we go, chef.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And you can see there the ribs, and then we've got the nice corn to go with it as well.
Sweet corn. It's all coming together, chef.
So again, another light bites, but a dish that takes 3.5 hours usually to do, cooked slowly in a combi oven. We've done in 20
still
minutes.
Crisp sweet corn and coming off the bone meat on the ribs.
Perfect, yes. And then we've got the Squid's coming up now as well. Fries are looking fantastic. They're just crisping up nicely.
So real bistro steak and fries coming up as well.
Yep.
You've got the brochette of lamb with couscous.
This is my
Just
favourite.
missing the red and white check tablecloth.
Yeah. Salt and pepper squid. Just portioned up there nicely. Again, some fresh chilies over there. I know you got your eyes on that one, John, ready
Yep,
to go.
That's mine, ready to go. Don't bother putting it over there.
So we'll just, for the camera wise, we've got the squid and also the ribs as well. So my chips are now done. Let's just put those up, and we're going to have a little slice of the steak, because the steak should be nice and perfectly rested now at the front. So I'm just going to put that on my chopping board and then plate the steak.
Oh, beautiful colour on that, chef.
Yeah, it gives a really even caramelisation across it, you know, and the perfect example
Because
of
those
using
heat pads, they give an even heat.
Yes.
There's no hot and cold spots across the whole.
No, and one of the other benefits of using the Peretti pan as well, I don't need this on constantly. This heats up into 200 degrees in around about 2 minutes. So it doesn't need to be on preheating all the time. It's as and when required. Again, saving power and just giving you the benefits of being able to do lots of different products in there at different times. So we've got some nice mushrooms and tomatoes. I'll give the steak a little bit of a slice. So nice and red in there. Beautiful.
So it's given the chance to rest nicely on that lower temperature at the front of the pan.
Yeah, you know, you've got to respect what you're cooking.
Yep.
You don't ruin it. Let it rest. Is more important than the actual cooking process. So all we're going to do there is put that onto the board, and then just give a little bit of a my tray portion of the chips there as well. Season them up nicely.
So how did you prep the chips?
All I did with these, straight away with the potatoes, I use a nice red potato, slice them down finely, then go straight across. I actually like leaving the skin on the ends as well, because I think it adds to it and gives it that kind of a bit of difference than a normal
So
kind
you
of
put them
chip.
through the high-speed steamer to begin with, just to blanch them?
2 minutes through the high-speed
Yep.
steamer, let them come out and cool down. They don't take long, a couple of minutes. Then I just blanch them off a little bit in the fryer and just finish them like this for 175 degrees. And there you go, you've got nice bistro style steak, chips and garni.
So fantastic. 25 minutes, so many different dishes. Do you want to talk us quickly through what you've done,
Yeah,
some of the
course,
procedures?
yes. So we'll start from the left. You know, we just spoke about the steak. So for this, what we've done is we used the the multi-zone in effect through the actual Pressy pan. What that gives me is the versatility of being able to sear that steak, push it to the front and rest it, and use the middle zone to cook the mushrooms and the tomatoes. So not everything's there cooking at the same time. I can still completely monitor what I'm doing and control the cooking zones. Using the left-hand side of the Pressy pan on the fryer mode, we've done a little bit of short order squid, again to show the benefits of the recovery of the oil, how quick this is, and the versatility of it. We've got the stone-baked sourdough pizza there, John, that you kindly cooked for us in the combi. And again, showing the difference in temperatures that we can cook at, going to a high temperature of 230 degrees.
From steaming in no time at all.
Yes, exactly. I think we went from steam to ready to roast there in about 3 or 4 minutes.
Yep.
Direct heat. We've got the shallot tartane, again, showing the evenness of the combi oven, the beautiful glaze, and also showing what we use on there, the multi-product. So being able to control the amount of different products that I can put through the oven at one time, and having full, again, I'll use the word again, but full control over what we're doing. Nice healthy salmon, cooked in the mini jet on steam, which we did before we turned over to roast. And the reason for that is to show there's no transfer of flavour for that, show the versatility of what we can do in there. A nice healthy dish sat there, and just finished off with a tiny bit of
Creme fraiche.
creme fraiche and dill. Fish finger sandwich, very much back in vogue, like you picked up on earlier, using the fryer mode again.
Speaks for itself.
Yeah. Moving over, we've got the bread and butter pudding. So with the bread and butter pudding, we got a nice souffle in there, beautifully even, used on multi-product again, and just finished. Typical kind of dish that you would find on a bistro menu. The lamb kebab, so we've gone up to a high heat on that, nice and seared it with the harissa on there, dressed it, and then also what we've done used in unison as well, if we cooked in the high-speed steamer, done a healthy couscous salad with it, prepared in 30 seconds underneath.
So as soon as the meat's ready, you can put the veg straight through, or the couscous into the steamer,
Yes.
and bring them together.
Completely, and it's showing the versatility of using the bits of equipment in harmony. Again, another short order, quick, easy dish to do. We've got the marinated salmon noodle dish, vibrant, healthy, can be pre-prepared, and you know, people, we're living in a society which is moving faster all the time. We want this nice, short, easy, quick lunch. There you go. And next day again, we've got the ribs which you spoke about. We've got some lovely ribs with some corn, barbecued ribs. Picked on it a couple of times now, but you know, something that's going to take 3.5 hours to complete. You said, John, this can all be done in the morning, the mise en place. Completely right. We could blanch all these off, let them cool down in the fridge, as and when required, glaze them, put them in the oven. So again, we're showing the benefits of using 2 bits of equipment. I've just put some sweet corn in there, completely natural, 35 seconds, and you've got a complete dish.
Looks good to me, Chef.
Yeah, to be honest with you, the only thing we've got left to do now is moving over to the mini jet. All I'll do now is go onto the clean mode, press start, 2 buttons, I've completed that clean, come out of the multi-product zone, go into toolbox, exactly the same as I have on there, and press start again.
So
clean.
for both items, 2 buttons and you're into clean. What could be easier for the chef wanting to wipe down?
Look, if I'm on breakfast shift tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the morning, the last thing I want to be doing is waiting for them to cool down. It's direct heat in there. The water's being blown in there, cooling it down, putting it on a direct clean. Really quick, easy. I can walk out and forget about them now.
Thanks, Greg. And thank you again for joining us today. And I hope we've shown you how Hobart can produce bistro and quick service foods to the highest standard in a really, really quick time. And by linking the equipment together, by utilising the fast wash, we can cut down times and bring efficiency into cleaning, into the kitchen. Don't forget as well, the demo kitchen here in Peterborough is ready to be booked, and we've got multiple sites around the country as well ready for demonstrations. And most importantly, the Hobart equipment comes free with free training for life. If you do have any requests for topics or things you want to see, please feel free to contact us, and don't forget to join us next time on the 17th of November, where we'll be delving deeper into cooking with Hobart equipment. Thank you, and see you next time.